Toxical Minelia!
Sup everyone. BRB dog walking Sunday morning. Eve, what up, Mr. Fractal? Notice the FPV shots too in that clip, laughing face. Such a tune. Trust me, I need this too, lol.
Alright! Oi! How is everyone doing? Can you hear me good? Does it sound alright? How are you, how is your Sunday morning or Saturday evening? Let's put some
You are 3. In audio.
echo.
Echo. Good man.
Okay, let me check. See what I can do.
That sounds cool, lol.
Sounds cool. How about now? Like this. This is better?
One McQuack sauce master in the house.
Yeah, there's a mini problem here as well. Okay.
now.
Two times now.
White noise with a bit of echo still.
Ah, damn it. Yeah, and my headset is in
There's an echo, but it's bearable.
mic mode as well. Ah, I have something. And it's okay. Are we getting better now? I just muted the webcam mic. Okay.
No more echo. Less noise.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. So it's monsoon season right now, and I don't know if you can see in the background. It's pouring. I'd also be very interested in removing. I cannot hear so well. It's on the mic mode, VoIP. Why? Ah, sorry about that.
Okay. What about now? Maybe I can close the window. Let's put some tunes and get started. Okay. And that should take care of the noise. We good? I'd assume we are. Okay. Right, so what we have today is assembling some PCB yeah, it's homing for my face. So yeah, so these are PCBs are newly made, and they are for these little boosters. And the whole reason I made these, so these are designed them last week, just received the PCB, the components of everything, is if you've probably seen it on the store, but I used to carry these because these are the ones that I've built all the HDZero wingmen. And what this does, this is a 5-volt voltage booster. So what it does is
will it boost my skill?
Oh well, given how your brain works, I'm pretty sure that it will certainly help, Benedict. So yeah, so if you use the HDZero, especially the Whoop Lite VTX, you know that below 2.8 volt the video cuts off and you cannot bring it back. It's you need to power cycle it, so you get this rainbow of death. And yeah, if you fly below 2.8 volt, or if you as much as do a little punch out and the voltage dips under 2.8 volt even for a fraction of a second, then you're you fuck, you lost your video, and there's no way you can get it back unless you remove and you reinsert the battery. And 2.8 volt is fine with LiPo, because you're not supposed to, one is LiPo because you're not supposed to get below 3.5 volt anyway, and they also sag much less than 18650. Which sags a lot more and can be discharged, some of them down to 2.5 volt. And these two factors make the power band, the voltage input range of HDZero a lot less practical with these batteries. So that's why I've been building my Wingman HDZero with a little booster like this. And I've ordered a bunch and I've tested them on my measuring tower, and I found that this model worked the best. It may not be the most efficient, but it managed to start up under load. It provided power well below 2.5 volt. So I went with this one, bought a bunch, offered them for sale. People seem to love it, and I also built all my BNF with it. And this is one of the first batch that I got. This is one that got through the measuring bench, just went as a cross, because that killed it. I over discharged it until it died, and well, to find the limit. And if you notice, this one has 0.7, 0.8 millimeter PCB, so it was really lightweight, really well made. And then when I reordered, I started getting this one. So the layout is exactly the same. The components appear to be the same, but the PCB is 1.6 millimeter. And when it works, it also provides a little more stability. These ones, under a certain condition, they are so thin that they can bend. Some of them would come slightly warped. So yeah, there is quality issues. Also, you need 18 millimeter on the wingman. The distance between the standoff is 18 millimeter, and this PCB appear to be 18 millimeter, but some of them are not quite that. So you need to sand the sides off, which is a bit annoying. And the last thing is they have through hole pads, which are really huge, and the solder tends to seep through. So that's why on the one I use for BNF, I would cover my face. Yeah, I put this Kapton tape so that I can solder on the pads and the solder won't seep through. So yeah, all these reasons combined made that I got so fed up I designed my own. I just hired some designer to make the bunch of it. Selected the IC, and yeah, it looks really promising. So it's got much less components, a much more modern IC as well. This is an IC from 2022, so it was designed and released last year. And it's super efficient. It's got lots of really nice features. And yeah, we'll put them to the test anyway later. But for now, let's build a bunch. So I'm going to move out the camera. I had this on the bench as well that I wanted to show. Do you know the designer?
Do I know the designer?
I don't think so. It was just one I found on Fiverr. We worked on other projects before. My flight controller. Yeah, so yeah, he's alright. I still need to go over it myself. Yeah, I still have to, because I have OCD, high functioning OCD. I don't know if I'm diagnosed, but yeah, it's a way of saying that. Yeah, I'm really particular about the way I like things. So yeah, it remains mostly my own design. But yeah, moving on. Here is the printed F75 Pro Max. So if you followed along, it took me quite some time to design these properly and make it print well in PRCF. So this is nylon with carbon fiber filament. It's really difficult to print because it's super hygroscopic, meaning that it absorbs moisture from the air very easily. I had to dry the filament for 3 days at 80 degrees Celsius in my dryer box to get it to print nicely. And I was finally able to print it. And now that it's been sitting in ambient 80+% moisture, yeah, I can feel it's not the same anymore. It's getting quite a lot more flexy, more bendy than when I printed it. And that's when I learned that PRCF printed, since it remains a bit porous, well, it tends to soak in the moisture from the air a lot more, so that the injected stuff. even more so with this one being very thin. So you can imagine that yeah, moisture can really quickly soak through or seep through the whole material. So yeah, PSF might not be the most suitable, so we might move over to something different, maybe polycarbonate or ASA. Maybe even PETG is the answer. My PETG ducts are still doing pretty fine. Here's a bunch of test prints. Oops, that I did.
Yes.
Yeah, ABS could be an option too. Although I don't fancy the fumes and smells. But I'll consider it. I don't have a roll right now. I will try my other options, the other spools I have available before I try ABS. Anyway, let's get building. I'm gonna need to load my Easy EDA.
Been doing some research recently on the fume thing. Appears it's nowhere near as bad as it's made out to be.
Ah, that's exactly what doctors said in the 70s, 60s about cigarettes. Okay, yeah, I just needed to load my schematic here because the silk screen is actually much smaller than I expected, and I can't even read the component designation. All right, so you receive your PCBs, right? They look like this. Here is a board minus the top row. So what I like to do is when I do rectangular pattern is I know that with GLC PCB, I know that the maximum size for the standard price is 100 by 100. So if I have a business, a design that is smaller than that, I'm going to try to penalize it and put as many as I can on the PCB. And in this case, I have it's 5 by 6, I reckon. Yeah, and I choose the V score option, so I don't have to deal with mouse bites. A bit harder to remove, and since it's a rectangular design anyway, it's easy. And I ask them to put the order number on the margin. I leave margins on the top and bottom, so that I don't have a serial number on any of the PCBs. Then, here's the ST chip that I was mentioning, by the way. Herr Kleiner F7 looks about legit to me. One way to find out. Alright, next thing is when I get my components, I mark down the designator according to the PCB.
The $1 ones?
Oh no, those are the $10 from LCSC. Right there. Then I know exactly which components go where. I'm gonna put these aside. Alright, now I can bring the camera closer.
Yeah, LCSC should be legit. Don't think you have to worry about those.
Check out my new little sticky bomb disc. Recognize this one? That's a huge circle one that I cut on with scissors, like a primary school art project. Okay, which cams are we gonna choose?
Hehe.
Is this okay or is this better? Ah. Trying to get, yes. Yeah, that might be a better view. Okay, so first step anyway. Is the stencil. It's the first time I use one of those. Stubborn. So here is how it comes. So this is a very thin steel sheet that has cutouts for the solder paste. And allow you to apply just the right amount of paste just where you need it. So usually older YouTubers, they make a jig where they put like tape with to locate the PCB. I'm only doing one, and I'm a cowboy, so I just align it just about, and hope that friction does it. Nice. Ah, right. Okay. Maybe. like a better light situation. Yes. Or if I could zoom. Holy. Isn't this cute? Alright. Now to align it. So I have the top left corner right, so I'm just gonna pinch it and push the bottom right. Top left, bottom right. And I think we have it.
We hanning and screen printing bois.
I guess that's what we're doing. Okay, and now for solder.
Good morning, Eve.
Hey, and again. Early morning for us here, huh? Well, not so early anymore. Well, for me at least. For solder, this is the one. It's just some mechanic. Not even like best. Yeah, I got this because it comes in a pot. Usually all my previous streams I've used the one in a syringe.
9:30 a.m. Gentlemen's hours. My kid gets up at 5.
Yeah. Oh, so you must be on the west side of Australia. So we have the same. We on the same time zone. Yeah.
Yep, south of Perth.
Right
Same
on.
time zone.
It figures. Cool. So well, thank you for coming. Yeah. So this is how it presents. So contrary to the syringe, with this one I can scrape and put the solder back. I got this one because it's leaded, I reckon. Or not? Oh man, don't remember now. Anyway, it works. Okay, so I'm just gonna scoop a bunch. Maybe we don't really need the preciosity. And I'm just gonna smear it. Yeah, so the way I found out that works for me is I spread it and then I squeegee it. It picks up the solder and then I'm able to reapply it somewhere else. More. I was never supposed to be an electronics guy. Can't believe I'm doing this. Not part of me. Yeah, since I started reworking, repairing PCBs, kind of grew into me. Alright, we're getting close. Just hunting for any shiny spot. Going the other side as well to feel the opposite edge. Okay. Just a little bit here. Right. Now I can scrape the excess back into the pot. Save it for later.
So this is solder paste, right? With flux in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Oops. Yeah, okay. The shiny spots is just reflections. Everything is filled. So now you can see my stencil is full. Every location is full of solder. And it's flush. So there should be exactly the right amount of it. Everywhere. So now we peel it off without messing it up. Make sure I have nothing in the way. I'm just gonna peel it like the pages of a book. Yeah, looks fine. Yeah. So now we have our PCB with just the right amount. Avoid touching it, even on the edges of solder. Huh. A little bit misaligned on the. No, it's just no. No, it's just a reflection. Everything's fine. Good. On to the next step then. Assembly. Okay, so 100 Alright, so we have 25 to assemble. And I'm starting with the smallest components, so basically they all as small except the IC and the inductor. So I'm starting with the smallest ones because and it leaves me more room for assembling the smaller one. If I put the big one first, then they're gonna get in the way. So, R1.
DIY pick and place, when?
That would be nice. Perhaps at some point. Whack, head sank. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 resistance. Yeah, you see I peel them off to the side. Okay. Yeah, this is 0602 components as well, so it should be fairly achievable with our DIY pick and place. Maybe this view even better. Right, beautiful. Yeah, I don't actually need the scope for this one. I get better latency with my own eyes. Right, sorry, this is fairly large components for what I've worked with. Yeah, I still need to look at the scope. Make sure the framing is right. Yeah, we gotta do something else here with the camera. Keep moving the PCB either. It's increasing the risk. I'll go back to the Insta360.
Too much morning coffee with the shakes would spell disaster here.
Whew. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Need steady hands. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot better for me. Good. Huh. It's better. Yeah, also this is just a prototype run.
We should try to revisit that motor tester.
Yeah, feels like it's even more relevant than before. And we could even test some AM32 ESC modules. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm a lot more skilled at PCB design than before as well. Well, more confident at least.
Yeah, situation has changed a bit. Could be simpler now.
Well, let's bring it back on the topic then. And we had the block diagram. I don't think it's changed. What were we on to last? Just power supply. I touched it. Okay. Okay, weird. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Well, big question mark was the ESC, but that could just be left out altogether now.
Miscalculated.
And I still need to verify that I could get the shot working reliably on ESP32.
Ah, well, yeah. Wasn't there some 1S BL32, AM32 ESC that you had for testing? These OSDUs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What's up everyone?
Let's
What's
read.
up Eve?
Like
Just
this.
got my 75 Pro Max frame today in the mail.
Hey!
Yeah, sitting in front of me are
What up, Mo? Awesome, glad to hear it arrived. Okay, it's gonna be a building day for you, huh? Huh. Awesome. Let's discuss more of it then in private. And revisit this block diagram.
Tomorrow, the girl wants a movie night. Maybe he'll sneak downstairs after she sleeps to build LOL.
Movie night is important. What I watched last night? Children of Men. Man, that was pretty good. Like a dystopian, futuristic movie where people stopped having babies. The whole society collapsing worldwide. Yeah, I'm definitely.
Sounds interesting, I'll add to the list. She wants to watch that new Insidious movie.
Not sure I've heard of this one.
Sup Mo. Exciting build time. What parts are you going to build? HDZero I think, got that new HUM cross bore, EVE 25500-08002S. Watched a crazy movie recently,
Hey, that's gonna rip.
everywhere all at once. It's a trip, and a masterpiece. 80mm perfect for HDZ immo.
Oh, yeah, that Michelle Yeoh movie. Man, I saw it as well. It was pretty freaking good. Gave me some acid flashback. For sure.
Yep. Such
Next one.
a movie.
R5. So R1 is
Yes, was
done.
going to say that. It's it now, or next or past.
Oh boy. It's quite sick. Yeah, I'm 25. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yes, I speak English online and with my wife.
At MoFPV, yep, I have that build. It's rips.
Over 90% of the time.
F75 for indoor cow stuff, so I feel the weight, but the HDZero video is nice.
But I still have to count in French. Yeah, that's always the thing. Yeah, you're not really at with HDZero currently. You're not really at a place where it's a non-consideration for the weight. You can still feel it, and that's why I didn't want to. I'm all about weight, right? A lightweight quad flies better for longer. And it crashes better.
27K0802S on my 75 Fractal X12 analog, and it flies so good for a Cinehoop.
Man, when you put your goggles down, put that HDZero video, yeah, all these complaints
ETA on 5-in-1 board with
disappear.
digital VTX built in. 1 or 2 years. We ready to bet?
Oh yeah. Don't forget it's a cinema.
JKE LOL.
If I ever see one of you making freestyle with it, I'm calling Siori. So beware.
Ha.
And then you deal with him. Alright, I guess I'm getting in some kind of flow here. And it all makes sense in the end.
LOL F75 is one of like 2 hooks of mine that has 0 washout.
Huh. Yeah. He does do that, and like the tune on Quicksilver, it's really just the pit preset with minor filter tweaks depending on the gyro. We do be like that. I don't even remember what a plastic rope flies like.
You have a damn monsoon going on outside or what?
It's the season. It's alright in the morning, and then yeah, early morning, and then it gets like that later in the morning / afternoon. And mind you, I went on a motorbike trip last year around this season for like a week around the island. I don't think I had dry socks at any point. As soon as you leave camp, you just get drenched. Whew. We had a couple of typhoons as well passing by, as the Chinese.
Jesus man, that rain feels like bullets on a bike above 40 miles per hour.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was sketchy. It was sketchy, alright. Okay, next. C1. Top of the inductor. And target 5, 6. It don't make sense in the end. When we see all these components flowing into place, it's gonna be so beautiful. Huh. Just realizing that the first one of these are gonna actually be assembled by hand on this stream. First 25 or so. Already got a couple of B&F these would go into. I'm thinking
I'm heading to the Philippines for a few weeks' work in September. Fingers crossed the monsoon is finished by then.
oh man, I love the Philippines. Yeah, I sure hope you get some clear sky. I bring all my flying gear there, but yeah, didn't have a moment to fly. The in-laws, man, they never stop. Okay, now we have all the remaining capacitors. I'm not gonna count them, I'm just gonna go ahead and tear out a strip of them. Refill if needed. Thanks, C68. Yeah. Let's start with the horizontal one. Is there a way to get you a better view? Less glare.
Dropping a whole sheet at. Man's got focus, I'll give him that.
You mean autism? Yeah, it is definitely the last time I do it on this sheet, on this design. My whole point was that I wasn't even sure this was gonna work. That the IC was gonna do what I need for HDZero booster. So I thought, yeah, I'm not gonna get it assembled. I'm just gonna build it, assemble them by hand myself, so that I can more easily debug them. Showed up. It works outstanding. Much more efficient than the current one, the red one. It's lighter. It's probably more reliable because I took all the name brand components. Yeah. This IC also has an enable pin that I've permanently kept on. I was considering for the next revision breaking it out. It's what you call the power cycle UVTX in case of Rainbow of Death. But we'll see. I haven't quite found a way to do that without compromising. The functionality. It takes too much of the copper. Oops. And this solar paste was a bit dry. I'm a bit worried that component starts flying when I come in with the hot air. will see this in time.
Need to thicken up you solder paste screen printing at?
Yeah, I don't know, it's on the first line I did, it seems absolutely perfect. I'll show you in a moment. Whew.
Oh, I got your tweezers BTW, they are fantastic, better than expensive ones here in Ost.
Aren't they? That's what I've been saying. Yeah, they're amazing. This one, I made them fall again like twice this week. Pretty sure I saw them fall on the tip as well. Nothing. The scope. Yeah.
Solid.
Robust.
I would recommend a hot plate, especially with single-sided PCBs, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
If using hot air for populating, I'll run the airflow as low as possible, keep some distance and crank it to 400 plus.
What do you think of that? That was with my hot air station 380C. I'm gonna check another one. That's a good tip. I was thinking of getting a bit lower
Clean.
on the temp this time, but yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Higher temp and keep the airflow low. Yeah, I already revised the design. Like, he put the vias in pad. On this one, and I don't like it. I didn't have any issue soldering it, but yeah, flux seeps out on the other side. It's dirty. I'll also put a meme on the B side next time. Yeah, I had it on 380C, 20% airflow. Yeah, 10. Ah! I didn't even think of it. You're going to Philippines? I was there just not so long ago. This here. I got this tank top from there. Bohol, Philippines. It's got all the places we visited. It's got a cute tarsier. Oh, so cute. Actually, so the factory where they do this, it's a little homebrew business. And yeah, they designed their own seal screen, and they have hundreds of these shirts lined up, and yeah, they just moved the seal screen from one to the next. This one's pretty simple. It's only one squeegee with a different color. Yeah, they had some pretty neat designs too, like 3-4 layers. And it's pretty relevant to what we were just doing.
There you go. My team that I work with every day are all Filipino.
Yeah, man, I love the Philippines.
Megan Dang Umaga.
Yeah, I'm not fluent. I only visited quite a few times actually. You know, here.
Kamusta ka?
Oh boy, not at all. I just visited a few times because for visa reasons I had to get out of the country every 90 days. So I pretty much visited most of Southeast Asia this way. Just going out for like a weekend or so, a couple days.
My team all speak English so well, I felt like I should learn some of their language.
Alright. I mean, English is an official language here, right? What's your trade, by the way? What kind of business are we doing there?
Yeah, they learn in school. Scientist. Then when I turned 40 I became a software developer.
Ah, the developers. Nice.
Now I'm the oldest JNR developer in the world. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I started designing a screw counting and sorting machine. and I thought I would give a shot at making the code with ChatGPT. And what do you know? With really basic coding skill, because I still had to fix up a couple of things, and yeah, you need to know a bit of code as well to know what to prompt. But man, it did it. Or at least the proof of concept. Have to see where this leads.
Oh nice. Yeah, we all use ChatGPT to write simple scripts. It's about 10x faster than hand coding. It's correct about 80% of the time.
Damn. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably not replacing completely, but or at least not yet. But man, it takes care of all the chores in the code quite well. Okay, we need the end. We only have the IC and the inductor left to install.
Yes, not yet. It struggles with context in a large code base.
Huh.
It only can remember 3 pages of text, then it's like, I have no idea who you are or what this is.
Ah. Huh, maybe that's, yeah. Yeah, I had some issues like giving it corrections prompts. Isn't it funny how all the ICs fell down upside up? They all fell down the right way. Okay.
Satisfying.
Let's put these little spiders in place. Also notice that I'm aligning the PCB to my wrist angle. So I don't have to twist it at all. And all the pieces just come naturally at the right angle. I was thinking of getting me one of these suction. You know,
All
this
Heads
little
is live now also. This is
vacuum
where everyone is. Ha.
tweezers. Ah, oh man. Yeah, it looks like I messed this up. The timing.
Solder suckers.
No, they are vacuum tweezer. It's like a. It uses the type of small vacuum tip that you use on a SMT pick and place machine. But man, this works just fine. And lastly, the big boys.
Oh, I just goggled it. Yeah, that would be handy.
That's what gets
For when you build fractal AIOs that don't break.
There is something. In the works that I cannot leak, but something is coming. I would say in about 2 weeks. You catch my drift. Pretty thrilled about these inductors that I found as well. These are way over spec'd.
Oh, I'll prepare my bank account.
I think the datasheet calls for 6 amps of saturation current. These are like 23. Oh, 11, yeah. And I like that they have these like the metal tabs actually wrap around the ferrite, so it's not just holding by the base. You have these metal claps that add some mechanical
So can run a motorbike battery if I want then?
stability to the whole inductor. Can run a motorbike battery. At 5 volt, maybe a couple cells. This one is 2.1 amp rated, by the way, actually, so The whoop light VTX at 5 volt, it pulls about 5 watts. That's less than 1 amp. 0.9 something, yeah. So it's got a lot of headroom. So you could even plug in other accessory to it. Although it's most efficient at lower load, of course. So yeah, we are in the 96% range. I mean, fuck. It's pretty obvious that the whoop light VTX has a boost block on board, but it just doesn't work low enough, and that's a shame. So like this booster here, it may reduce the overall efficiency because you added this extra the current consumption device in between your battery and the VTX. But it's what voltage booster do, right? It converts current into voltage. So you may consume slightly more power overall, but you get much more reliable power down to low voltage. It's not like HDZero hasn't revised its design yet, they cannot change it. I've gone through 2 or 3 revisions of the Whoop Light VTX now. That I've received over the batches. Like this whole thing will be obsolete if the Whoop Light could simply work down to 2 volt. Anyway, last inductor, last component. Woo! All board is assembled. Now we go fly. Now we have to heat it up first, bake it. Now, if you stayed this long, if there is anyone still watching, yeah, this is the nice part, the gratifying part. We're gonna get how can I get the best?
The good bit is coming up.
Yeah, seeing the solder melt and all the common components pull into place. Okay, I have to be able to give you a better view. There has to be a way. Maybe I should put a diffuser on this light. This one comes from Armatan, by the way. We covered it when they cleared house. Well, the glare isn't too bad, yeah? Adds to it even. Yeah, should be fine. Quick check, everything looks good. I wanted to check that all the ICs are in the right orientation.
Do you put it on a ceramic tile or just straight on the silken pad?
Yeah, just on the silicon. I'll come in, I'll preheat the board just by with distance. I'll come up from above. What? No freaking cat here. This is a cat business, okay? If you ever get cat hair in your packaging, this is what it is. Just going autistic with the alignment. It's gonna save us some troubles later. Okay. Let's melt. I don't like it. How about we try
So much sheets dropped tonight.
Yeah, sheets dropped. Huh. That looks like a much better view.
Heroic dose, you might say, at 8-bit underscore FPV.
We're not doing tabs, we're doing
Definitely
bloaters here.
heroic dose.
Okay. So hot air on 380, 20% air. I'm gonna start by heating up from above. Slowly homing in. Ah, damn, I was thinking maybe change the nozzle to something wider. Ah, it's fine. I'm used to this one. Okay. Let's go. Alright, it's melting. Fuck. First one is done. Number two. I'm always keeping my tweezer at the ready. I'll be ambidextrous a little bit here. Alright, first line done. Second. Maybe I'll go around in zigzag. So I can use the heat of the previous area. Oh, is the focus off? Good. Yeah, I'm moving my tweezer out of the way so you can get a better view.
Yeah, little blur.
Should be better now. Alright, second line done. So far everything good, just some minor repositioning to do. Yeah, this, oh, we got one cap that flew off. Stay there. Alright, third line. Just 2 more to go. Ah, we're getting back into the frame. Should have a GoPro on the handle to the best view. And the last line. Whoops. back there. Bring you the best view for the last couple ones. And the last one. Woo! I think we're done. Just gonna let it cool. Nice. Yeah. This on. It's been 2 hours now. I was thinking of doing the test with the power supply, the scope, and the electronic load. Maybe we can keep this for another time. Still hot. Too hot. Well, actually, how hot is it then? Oh, it's pretty nice. You can see the You see the area where I last worked on. Still ATC.
Gonna cut up the board now?
No, I'll distribute it like this. Like if you want to buy 5, I'll just break off from the panel. For this batch at least. Well, it looks pretty good. Even on the B side, there's not too much seep through. Looks like we had appropriate. Maybe also because the paste was drier.
Nice. You make it look easy.
Well, I would say it's simple, but perhaps not always easy. But yeah, all nicely aligned. I still need to make a test jig as well. I think I'll just 3D print something with 4 pogo pins, 2 that will go to my power supply, and 2 to my electronic load, so that I can test each unit that it powers up and gives out the power as expected. I've noticed an issue. See this one? The center. This one's lifted, not fully wetted. I'll fix it in a bit. But yeah, apart from that, nice panel. Very nice. Well, I mean, and again, if you want, we can go through the. We can do a basic measurement. I have one module ready.
Check that they work at.
Yeah, well, to check them all, I'd like to make a little jig. We can test our unit. Yeah, actually, fuck it, let's do it. just need to bring everything over. Okay, so no more scope. Yeah. Okay, that's like a decent setup. Okay, can you see the numbers here? Well, this one I'm sure you can. So, this right here is my bench power supply, so it can source voltage that are really precise. Why is the scope not turning on? Ah. What? What are you doing?
Oh no.
And if there was a flash earlier, I hope there's nothing related. Aww. I have to check it out later than I guess. Fuck. It would be nice to monitor the... the ripple at the same time. I power cycle the strip, the power strip that the router was on. Hello? Okay, we're back. Well, I think we're gonna call it there. Anyway, it's been 2 hours. Maybe we'll make another stream, or maybe I'll just make a video as well about how to make a proper efficiency
streaming,
and
bro.
power measurement.
Have a good Sunday.
Yeah, you too, man. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, I guess I'll be seeing you around. Cheers, and send me a picture of that build.
Laters.